Introduction. The hidden power of discipline. Picture this. You wake up with a clear plan. Your phone stays face down. You move your body for 2 minutes, drink water, and open your most important task without drama. The day unfolds with steady focus. You close your evening with a simple reset and a quiet sense of pride. No heroics, no frantic sprints, just reliable, repeatable action that compounds into results you care about. This is the hidden power of discipline, the quiet force that turns good intentions into lived reality. If your days feel scattered, you are not alone. You want to eat better, work deeper, and be more present with the people you love. Yet you are pulled into notifications, drained by indecision, and stuck in a loop of promising tomorrow. You start strong, then an urge, a distraction, or a dip in energy knocks you off track. By evening, you feel behind and frustrated. You wonder if motivation is broken or if something is wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. Your system is incomplete. This matters right now because the world is engineered to steal your attention. Every app chases your focus with precision. Every extra decision fragments your willpower. Each day you drift is a day you could have used to shape your health, your craft, your income, and your future. The cost of inconsistency compounds silently. 6 months from today, you can feel stronger, calmer, and clearer, or you can feel further behind. The difference is not more hype. It is a code you can follow, a set of rules and rituals that make follow-through the default. You are about to install that code. The discipline code gives you a practical architecture for self-control and unstoppable willpower. It replaces motivational gambling with dependable systems. You will learn how to shift identity, how to write bright-line rules that remove negotiation, how to design your environment so good choices are easy, and how to protect the energy that fuels discipline. You will build rituals for the morning, the workday, and the evening that carry you forward when feelings fluctuate. You will use simple trackers, checklists, and scripts to make action obvious and to make recovery from setbacks fast. This approach is different because it treats discipline as alignment instead of punishment. Discipline is not about forcing yourself through misery. It is about making your values visible in your calendar and your kitchen and your workspace, then making those actions friction light. The methods here draw from behavioral psychology, neurobiology, and performance coaching, translated into clear steps you can use today. You will find no jargon without a plain explanation, no complexity without a simple starting point, and no promises that demand perfection. You will learn to trust yourself with small wins that stack. Inside the discipline code, the hidden power of discipline sets the frame. You will see why discipline beats motivation, how small actions compound, and why identity-based language makes consistency inevitable. You begin with a single identity sentence and a 2-minute proof that you can repeat today. Understanding the discipline code reveals the system that makes discipline reliable. You will connect identity, rules, environment, energy, focus, and feedback into a simple stack you can build in days, not months. Rebuilding your mindset from zero gives you a clean slate. You will replace old narratives with rule-based language and micro-actions that rebuild self-trust. You will practice the attention flip, moving from feelings to the next smallest step. The willpower blueprint treats willpower like a budget. You will pre-decide meals, start times, and focus blocks, create bright lines that eliminate negotiation, and build a ladder from 2-minute starts to deep work sessions. You will learn a red flag plan to surf urges without losing momentum. The 7 rules of self-mastery provide clear guardrails. You will own your identity, focus on one domino, design your environment, protect energy, master attention, measure and iterate, and keep promises to yourself. Breaking addictions and distractions gives you protocols to regain control of your attention. You will audit triggers, set bright lines, lock your environment, use substitutions, and track urges and wins so progress becomes visible. Building daily rituals that make you unstoppable shows you how to design a morning launch, work sprints, and an evening reset. You will learn anchors and 2-minute starts that make beginning effortless and consistent. The discipline of the body gives you the energy blueprint. You will protect sleep, eat protein early, hydrate, and move daily so your mind has the fuel to follow through. Staying consistent and unstoppable teaches you how to engineer momentum. You will build streaks, use Slack day versions to protect the chain, run weekly reviews, and recover quickly from setbacks. The new you brings everything together on one page. Your identity, bright lines, rituals, and review rhythm become a living system you can adapt as life evolves. How to get maximum value. Read this book with action in mind. Start with a single identity sentence written in present tense. For example, I am the kind of person who honors my plan. Prove it today with one 2-minute action. Fill your water bottle now. Open the document and type one sentence. Walk for 2 minutes. The smallest start is the most powerful start. Move through chapters in order. After each chapter, install one step before you read more. Do not sprint to the end without building the foundation. Use the included checklists and worksheets to write your rules and protocols. Keep them visible where you begin your day. Track your streaks with simple checkboxes. Review weekly for 20 minutes. Ask 3 questions. What worked? What felt heavy? What will I adjust? Listen to the audiobook at a steady pace and pause to implement. If you slip, do not wait for Monday. Perform the smallest version of your habit immediately and restart the chain. When life gets noisy, shrink actions, tighten guardrails, and protect energy. When life eases, expand slowly. Share your bright lines with an accountability partner and check in briefly. Treat setbacks as data, not drama. Your transformation begins today. Imagine yourself 1 month from now. Your mornings begin with clarity. You start work without bargaining. Your phone waits in another room. You have a simple, repeatable plan for meals and movement. You end each day with a tidy space and a small statement of completion. That version of you is not a fantasy. It is the result of daily rules and rituals carried out with calm steadiness. With each kept promise, you build self-respect. With each small win, you reduce the weight of tomorrow's decisions. Discipline is not a personality trait you either have or lack. It is a practiced code. It is the combined effect of identity, environment, energy, and simple rules that remove friction. You will not need perfect motivation because your plan will be clear and light. You will not need to wrestle your phone every hour because your environment will do the heavy lifting. You will not need to white-knuckle your way through cravings because you will have a red flag plan that turns urges into cues for action. You are capable of more than flashes of effort. You are capable of quiet, consistent progress that compounds. This book gives you the architecture to prove it. Start now with one sentence and one 2-minute action. Then repeat tomorrow. You will feel the shift within days, not months, as your life begins to match your intentions. The discipline code is your path to self-control and unstoppable willpower, not through force, but through smart design. The new you is built one reliable promise at a time. Introduction: The Hidden Power of Discipline. Introduction: The Hidden Power of Discipline. Why discipline changes everything. Discipline is the quiet skill that moves your life from intention to impact. It turns your values into actions, your plans into progress, and your promises into proof. When you can rely on yourself, you stop negotiating with excuses and start living with clarity. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline is trainable, dependable, and practical. You will learn how to build self-control and willpower with simple systems, grounded in psychology and performance coaching. You will see why identity beats inspiration, why small wins compound, and why clear rules remove friction. Think of discipline as alignment. You decide what matters, you act on it daily, and you measure it with honest feedback. This book is your guide to reliable action. You will craft routines, design your environment, protect energy, and use bright lines that make good choices obvious. Every chapter adds a piece to your code. By the end, you will trust yourself because you keep promises to yourself. Why motivation fails you. Motivation spikes when life feels exciting, then dips when friction rises. Decisions pile up, stress steals energy, and distractions hijack attention. Without a system, you rely on feelings to do the heavy lifting. Feelings are useful, they are not consistent. The cost is stalled goals, half-finished efforts, and a low-grade hum of frustration. You do not need more hype. You need better architecture. The Discipline Code at a glance. The Discipline Code is a simple approach. Identity drives decisions, systems make actions easy, environment removes friction, energy fuels follow-through, focus directs attention, and feedback reinforces progress. You begin with a single statement: I am the kind of person who honors my plan. You then combine clear rules with practical tools, checklists, trackers, scripts, and bright lines. Research suggests that a large share of daily actions are habitual. Your goal is to make your best actions the default through design, not force of will. How the code works day to day. Start with identity. When you believe you are someone who shows up for your plan, you act like that person. Next, use minimal plans that are specific and small. For example, water, breath, 2 minutes of movement, and one focused task at work start. Engineer your environment so the path is short, gym clothes laid out, healthy food prepped, toxic apps blocked. Protect energy with sleep, light, hydration, and movement. Use focus sprints of 25 to 45 minutes with single task bias. Reflect briefly at the end of the day, rate your execution, and set one improvement for tomorrow. The aim is momentum, not perfection. Start here, step by step. Write one identity sentence. I am the kind of person who shows up for my plan. Choose one micro action that proves it. Do it in 2 minutes. Design a morning launch sequence. Water, breath, short movement, and one top task. Create bright lines. No phone in the first hour, no social media before lunch. Set a work start cue, a timer at the same time each day. Track a 7-day streak with simple check marks. Run a 2-minute nightly review. What worked? What will I improve tomorrow? Stories from the field. Elena, an emergency nurse, felt drained and scattered. She adopted a 2-minute launch sequence before each shift, 3 deep breaths, a checklist review, and a single priority. Within 2 weeks, she reported calmer starts and fewer errors. Marcus, a founder, struggled with phone loops. He set a bright line rule, phone in a drawer during focus sprints, plus a physical timer to mark start and end. Productivity doubled in 3 weeks. Both wins came from small, consistent actions driven by identity and environment, not by chasing feelings. Mistakes to avoid. All or nothing goals that collapse under pressure. Vague plans without cues or scripts. Relying only on motivation instead of design. Ignoring energy, then blaming willpower. Tracking too many things, which creates noise and fatigue. Key takeaways. Discipline is alignment of values and actions through simple systems. Identity makes decisions easier under stress. Small wins, done daily, compound into confidence. Environment design beats willpower in the moment. Feedback locks in learning and drives iteration. Action items. Write and post your identity sentence where you see it daily. Pick one micro action and do it now for 2 minutes. Build a morning launch sequence and schedule it for tomorrow. Set one bright line that removes your biggest distraction. Start a 7-day streak tracker on paper. Closing and what comes next. You have reframed discipline from punishment to alignment. You have simple tools to start, identity, micro actions, bright lines, and streaks. In the next chapter, Understanding the Discipline Code, you will assemble the full system. You will learn how identity, cues, plans, protection, and reflection fit together so your best actions become automatic. The journey is steady. Begin today, then build. Understanding the Discipline Code. Understanding the Discipline Code. Chapter Introduction. You do not need more motivation. You need a reliable system that works on tired days, busy weeks, and under pressure. The Discipline Code gives you that system. It is simple, practical, and built to remove friction so you act with clarity. Building on what we covered in Introduction, this chapter shows you how identity drives actions, actions become habits, and habits shape outcomes. You will learn the components that make discipline dependable: identity, systems, environment, energy, focus, and feedback. By the end, you will have a working stack you can run tomorrow morning. The problem: most people try to force discipline with willpower. It works for a day, then life interrupts. Decision fatigue grows, your environment nudges you in the wrong direction, and you default to easy choices. Without a clear identity and simple rules, you negotiate with yourself and lose momentum. The solution framework. The Discipline Code turns discipline into a set of levers you can control. Identity, who you believe you are under pressure. Systems, a repeatable cycle. Cue, plan, protect, reflect. Environment, design that makes good choices easy. Energy, sleep, hydration, and movement to fuel consistency. Focus, reduced inputs and single-task sprints. Feedback, tracking and weekly reviews that close the loop. Deep dive identity. Identity anchors behavior. Write a sentence that guides decisions. I am the kind of person who honors my plan. Identity statements remove negotiation. When you face a choice, the sentence decides. Systems make action obvious. Use the cue, plan, protect, reflect cycle. A cue triggers your behavior, for example, your alarm at 7. The plan is the exact action. Drink water, breathe, 2 minutes of movement, start your single most important task. Protect removes friction and adds guardrails. Block toxic apps, set a work start timer, lay out gym clothes. Reflect is a short review that locks in learning. Write one line, I did what I said. Environment is stronger than willpower. If your phone is in reach, distraction wins. If your shoes are at the door, running wins. Design your space so good choices are the default. Energy is the fuel. Aim for consistent sleep windows, drink water early, and move your body. Even 5 minutes of movement improves alertness and mood. High energy makes discipline easier. Focus is the channel. Reduce inputs, close extra tabs, silence notifications, and work in timed sprints. Keep a single task bias. One thing done is better than 5 half starts. Feedback closes the loop. Track streaks, rate your day from 1 to 5, and adjust in a weekly review. Data does not judge, it teaches. The habit loop, cue, craving, response, reward, is reinforced by dopamine, a teaching signal that marks patterns to repeat. Reduce high dopamine distractions and replace them with low-friction, high-value actions. Start small with the 2-minute rule. Begin a task for 2 minutes.
Momentum follows. Implementation strategy. Choose one keystone habit. Pick a habit that moves life forward, morning launch sequence or daily writing. Write your identity sentence. I am the kind of person who shows up for my plan. Create an if-then plan. If it is 7 in the morning, then I start my launch sequence. Design the environment. Place water by the bed, set a timer, lay out clothes, block apps before work. Protect the plan. Remove friction, prepare protein, pre-write your first task, set bright lines, no phone before launch. Run the 2-minute start. Begin immediately with 2 minutes. Keep promises first, then expand. Reflect daily and weekly. Track streaks, rate the day, adjust one small thing each week. Real-world application. Jordan works remote and struggles with phone scrolling. He designs a launch sequence. Water, 3 breaths, 2 minutes of movement, and a single task sprint. He moves his phone to another room, uses a sight blocker during work blocks, and tracks a 7-day streak. Within days, he notices calmer mornings and a faster start. Alicia wants consistent strength training. She lays out gym clothes the night before, writes an if-then plan. If it is 5 in the afternoon, then I walk to the gym, and sets a rule. I do at least 2 minutes, then decide. Most days, 2 minutes becomes a full session. She logs each day with a simple checkmark and reviews on Sunday. Common pitfalls. Going too big too soon. Start tiny. 2 minutes builds trust.
Vague plans. Write exact actions. Ambiguity kills discipline. Relying only on willpower. Design the environment so you do not need willpower. Skipping reflection. Without feedback, you repeat mistakes. All or nothing thinking. Tighten rules during chaotic periods. Loosen as competence grows. Key takeaways. Identity drives actions. Write a sentence that decides under pressure. Simple systems beat motivation. Run, cue, plan, protect, reflect. Environment outruns willpower. Make good choices easy and bad choices hard. Energy and focus multiply discipline. Sleep, hydrate, move, and work in sprints. Feedback builds momentum. Track streaks and adjust weekly. Action items. Write your identity sentence on a card and place it by your bed. Choose one keystone habit and set a 2-minute starting action. Create an if-then plan for your morning launch sequence. Remove one major distraction using blockers or physical distance. Prepare your environment tonight for one win tomorrow morning. Start a 7-day streak tracker and commit to daily reflection. Chapter conclusion. The discipline code is not about force. It is about clarity, simplicity, and momentum. You are learning to trust yourself by keeping promises daily. In the next chapter, Rebuilding Your Mindset from Zero, you will reset the inner language that supports these systems and build a clean slate mindset that makes discipline feel light and repeatable. Rebuilding Your Mindset from Zero, Chapter Introduction. When your mindset is cluttered with past failures, discipline feels heavy. You remember the days you quit and the promises you broke, and those memories whisper that you will do it again. This chapter gives you a clean slate. You are not your past behaviors, you are the actions you choose today. Building on understanding the discipline code, you will reset identity so action becomes easier. You will learn the zero-based identity approach and the clean slate protocol, 4 precise steps that rebuild self-trust quickly. The goal is simple and powerful. Refuse negotiation, choose action, celebrate completion. The problem: you have stories that fire in moments of struggle. They sound like, "I always quit," "I am inconsistent," "I need motivation." These narratives pull focus to feeling rather than doing. They drain willpower and keep you stuck. Without a reset, every plan fractures under pressure, not because the plan is weak, but because the identity behind it is unclear. The solution framework: zero-based identity starts at today, not yesterday. It anchors rule-based language that removes negotiation. "I do not" is stronger than "I cannot," because it is a decision, not a plea. The clean slate protocol has 4 steps: reveal, replace, rehearse, reinforce. You will also use state management in the moment: a calm breath, a posture reset, and a single next step. Practice the attention flip. Move focus from feeling to doing by asking, what is the next smallest action? Adopt the rule of 1 domino. Daily progress on one high-leverage thing creates momentum. Install bright lines for fragile habits. Use the R replacement rule. Every removed behavior gets a lower-cost alternative. Deep dive. Reveal begins with a brief audit. Write the lines that show up when you struggle. Capture 5 phrases you say to yourself. Next, replace with disciplined identities and rules. Change "I am inconsistent" to "I keep promises to myself." Change "I always quit" to "I start for 2 minutes and continue if possible." Use "I do not" statements. "I do not check my phone before the launch sequence." "I do not eat sugar on weekdays." Rehearse with micro-actions. 2 minutes of disciplined behavior tied to identity builds trust. If your identity is "I am a person who honors my plan," then rehearse with 2 minutes of your plan at the same time each day. Reinforce with tracking and weekly reviews. Mark a simple X for every day you kept a promise. Review every 7 days. Ask, where did my identity hold under pressure? Where did it slip? What bright line will protect it? Science is clear. Reframing changes attention, and attention drives behavior. When emotion spikes, use state management. Inhale slowly, reset your posture, then take the smallest next step. Expect resistance and pre-write responses. When I feel tired, I start for 2 minutes. When I feel overwhelmed, I do 1 domino. Implementation strategy. Write your identity sentence. "I am the kind of person who honors my plan." Run the narrative audit. List 5 phrases that appear when you struggle. Create 3 "I do not" rules for fragile moments. Choose 1 domino for the day, the highest leverage action. Install a mindset reset ritual. Morning identity sentence. 2-minute micro-action. End-of-day self-respect review with 1 sentence of evidence. Track 7 days. Mark an X for each promise kept, then review and adjust. Real-world application. Maya felt glued to her phone each morning. She installed a bright line: no phone before launch sequence. She replaced the scroll with a short walk and water. Her identity sentence: "I design my environment to win." Within 2 weeks, her mornings felt calm and focused, and she extended the rule to evenings. Andre wanted to write but felt inconsistent. He adopted the rule of 1 domino and wrote for 2 minutes at 8:30 every morning. He practiced the attention flip when fear showed up, asking, what is the next smallest sentence? After 7 days of X's, he expanded to 15 minutes. The identity felt earned. Common pitfalls. Waiting to feel ready. Action creates readiness. Start for 2 minutes. Vague rules. Write bright lines that remove negotiation. All or nothing thinking. Use micro-actions to keep momentum. No tracking. Without evidence, the mind forgets wins. Track daily. Ignoring state. Use breath and posture before you act. Key takeaways. Identity resets and rule-based language rebuilds self-trust quickly. Micro-actions create evidence that reshapes belief and behavior. Expect resistance and pre-write responses to stay calm and effective. Bright lines and replacement actions protect fragile habits. 1 domino per day creates momentum across life. Action items. Write a 1-sentence identity and 3 "I do not" rules. Choose 1 domino and schedule a 2-minute start. Install your mindset reset ritual for the next 7 days. Use the attention flip when emotion spikes. Ask for the next smallest action. Review weekly, adjust rules, and celebrate completions. Chapter conclusion. Your mindset from 0 is a choice you make today. You write the story, you keep the promise, you build trust 1 small action at a time. In the next chapter, the Willpower Blueprint, you will protect these gains by allocating energy and installing bright lines that make disciplined action automatic. The Willpower Blueprint. Chapter 4. The Willpower Blueprint Chapter Introduction. Willpower does not need to be mysterious. It is finite in the moment and renewable over time. Treat it like a budget, not a mood. In this chapter, you will learn a practical blueprint to allocate, protect, and grow your willpower so you can act decisively without drama. Building on your clean slate mindset from the previous chapter, you will shift from negotiating with yourself to running systems that carry you into action. You will design bright lines, launch rituals, and a willpower ladder that convert limited energy into reliable progress. The problem: most people waste willpower on endless micro decisions. What to eat, when to start, whether to work or check messages. These friction points drain energy before the real work begins. Ambiguous starts, frequent task switching, and poorly timed high-effort tasks lead to decision fatigue and inconsistent execution. The solution: framework. Use 3 words as your blueprint: pre-decide, protect, and practice. Pre-decide with bright lines and pre-commitments that remove negotiation. Protect your energy with launch rituals, batching, sprints, and environmental locks. Practice through a willpower ladder, a red flag plan for urges, and daily tracking that helps you adapt. Deep dive. Bright lines are clear rules that eliminate debate. Examples include no sugar on weekdays and work begins at 8:30 a.m. with a 25-minute focus block. Bright lines turn choices into defaults, which frees attention. Create a launch ritual to start work without hesitation. Keep it simple and repeatable, such as water, 5 calm breaths, 2 minutes of movement, then the first task themed to your biggest priority. Rituals reduce ambiguity and signal your brain, now we act. Build the willpower ladder. The bottom rungs are 2-minute starts. The middle rungs are 25 to 50-minute focus blocks. The top rungs are deep work sessions with blocked inputs. Climb as energy allows, and never skip the bottom rung. Starting creates momentum. Use the red flag plan when temptation hits. Name the urge, pause for 90 seconds, perform a substitution like a brief walk, a stretch, or water, then return to the smallest next step. Your brain learns that urges pass, and action continues. Increase engagement with temptation bundling. Pair a necessary habit with an enjoyable element. Listen to a favorite podcast only during walks. Enjoy a special coffee during weekly planning. Pre-commit with environmental locks. Use website blockers, keep your phone in another room, and curate your desktop with only today's tools visible. Fewer inputs equals stronger attention. Schedule your highest willpower tasks when your energy is naturally highest. For many people, mornings carry the most reliable focus. Fuel matters. A protein-forward breakfast and hydration stabilize attention. Sleep is non-negotiable. Create wind-down rituals that protect tomorrow's willpower. Visualize the disciplined you acting calmly under pressure. A brief mental rehearsal before key blocks primes execution and reduces anxiety. Track your willpower with a daily energy score. After each major block, rate your energy from 1 to 5. Adjust inputs based on patterns. When energy is low, shrink the rung and start for 2 minutes. Identify high-friction decisions. List the top 5 places you stall, such as meals, start times, and switching. Write bright lines for each. Use I don't language that removes negotiation. Design a 3-step launch ritual. Water, breath, 2-minute movement, then the first task. Build your willpower ladder. Define rungs, 2-minute starts, 25-minute blocks, deep work, and pick times for each. Install environmental locks, website blockers, phone distance, curated desktop. Set time anchors for your week. Create templated blocks for mornings, afternoons, and evenings. Standardize energy inputs. Guard bedtime, add protein at breakfast, hydrate early, and move daily. Start tracking with the daily energy score. Rate, review, and adjust. Real-world application case 1. Ava, a project manager, struggled to start deep work. She set a bright line. Work begins at 8:30 with a 25-minute focus block. Placed her phone in the kitchen and used her launch ritual. Within 2 weeks, her start time became automatic and afternoon energy improved due to a consistent wind down. Case 2. Leo, a college student, faced constant social media temptation. He installed blockers, created a red flag plan, named the urge, pause, water, return, and bundled music with study sprints. His daily energy score showed mornings were strongest, so he scheduled labs early. Grades and confidence rose steadily. Common pitfalls: overbuilding rituals. Keep them short and repeatable. Relying on motivation. Rules, not feelings, drive starts. All or nothing thinking. Use the bottom rung and start for 2 minutes. Ignoring energy. Protect sleep and fuel before chasing longer sessions. Removing a behavior without a replacement. Always substitute, walk instead of scroll. Key takeaways. Treat willpower like a budget, not a mystery. Pre-decide with bright lines to remove negotiation. Launch rituals and sprints convert limited energy into action. The willpower ladder creates reliable starts and progression. Energy inputs, sleep, hydration, protein, anchor self-control. Use the red flag plan to surf urges without losing momentum. Track and adapt with a daily energy score. Action items. Write 3 bright lines that start tomorrow. Design your launch ritual and post it near your workspace. Create your willpower ladder with defined rungs and times. Install 1 environmental lock before your next focus block. Prepare a protein-forward breakfast and set a hard bedtime tonight. Start a simple tracker with your daily energy score. Chapter conclusion. You reduce reliance on raw willpower when you install rules and rituals that carry you forward. Pre-decide, protect, and practice. In the next chapter, you will formalize these systems into the 7 rules of self-mastery, a set of daily guardrails that hold under stress and keep you consistent.
The 7 Rules of Self-Mastery, Chapter Introduction. When life gets noisy, discipline can feel distant. The solution is not more motivation, it is better rules. Simple rules hold under pressure. They carry you when your mood dips and your day derails. In the previous chapter, you learned how to budget willpower through bright lines and launch rituals. Now you will transform that blueprint into a daily code. 7 rules that make your choices predictable and your progress reliable. Why discipline fails under stress. Most people rely on feelings to act. When energy is low, decisions get fuzzy, distractions multiply, and promises get broken. Decision fatigue and environmental triggers tilt behavior away from your goals. You need a set of behaviors that does not depend on how you feel. The fix is a rules-based approach that designs your identity, environment, energy, attention, and feedback loops. The 7 Rules System. The 7 rules are a compact operating system for your day. Rule 1. Own your identity. Define who you are in present tense and align actions with it. Rule 2. 1 domino. Master 1 keystone habit until it runs on autopilot. Rule 3. Design your environment. Make good actions easy and bad actions hard. Rule 4. Protect your energy. Sleep, nutrition, hydration, and movement are discipline's fuel. Rule 5. Master your attention. Reduce inputs, block distractions, and single task in focused sprints. Rule 6. Measure and iterate. T, rack, and adjust. Treat setbacks as data, not drama. Rule 7. Keep promises to yourself. Build trust with small commitments honored consistently. Rule-by-rule scripts and evidence. Identity script. Write, I am the kind of person who shows up for my priorities even when it is hard. Post it where you work. Research on implementation intentions shows that specific identity-aligned statements increase follow-through. 1 domino script. Choose 1 habit for the next 30 days. Example, 5-minute morning planning. A single keystone reduces decision load and unlocks other habits. Promise script. Start with 2-minute actions you never miss. After each completion, say, I did what I said. Self-respect grows when you honor. Environment script. Perform a 5-minute evening reset. Lay out workout clothes, set out your water bottle, clear your desk, and place your first task note in the center. Energy script. 3 anchors daily. Guard bedtime, anchor protein at the first meal, hydrate early. Attention improves when the body is fueled and rested. Attention script. Set a start time, place your phone in another room, block tempting sites, and run a 25-minute focus sprint on your most important task. Attention is fragile. Fewer inputs equals higher quality. Measure script. Use a simple tracker with daily checkboxes. Rate your day 1 to 5. Review weekly and adjust 1 variable at a time. Commitments. How to apply the 7 rules. Step 1. Write your identity sentence and place it in your planner, on your wall, and as your phone lock screen. Step 2. Pick the 1 domino for the next 30 days. Commit in writing and tell a partner. Step 3. Schedule a nightly 5-minute reset for environment design. Step 4. Lock your 3 energy anchors into your calendar. Bedtime alarm, protein plan, morning water bottle. Step 5. Choose your work start time and install website blockers. Place devices at a physical distance during sprints. Step 6.
Build a one-page tracker. Boxes for domino habit, energy anchors, focus sprint, and a daily score. Step 7. Define your 2-minute promise and practice the completion statement after every win. Field stories and case studies. Maria, a nurse working rotating shifts, felt scattered. She chose one domino, a 5-minute nightly reset. Clothes laid out, lunch packed, first task defined. Within 2 weeks, her mornings became smooth, her workouts returned, and she felt calmer despite shift changes. Jamal, a designer, struggled with late-night doom scrolling. He posted his identity sentence, "I am the kind of person who protects my attention." He set a phone distance rule at 9 p.m., hydrated early, and ran morning sprints. His weekly review showed fewer late nights and better creative output. Mistakes and how to avoid them. Choosing too many habits at once. Shrink to one domino. Vague identity statements. Use present tense and specific behaviors. Skipping energy anchors. Protect sleep first, then protein and hydration. Tracking complicated metrics. Keep it simple and visual. Letting a miss become a story. Treat misses as data and restart with a 2-minute action. Key takeaways. Simple rules create reliability under stress. Identity guides action when you write it and see it daily. One domino reduces friction and unlocks progress. Environment and energy do more work than motivation. Attention quality rises when inputs are blocked. Tracking turns feelings into feedback. Keeping small promises builds self-respect and momentum. Next steps you can take. Write and post your identity sentence today. Select your 30-day domino and start tomorrow morning. Run tonight's 5-minute reset and prepare your tools. Set your start time and block inputs for your first focus sprint. Create your tracker and rate your day by evening. Chapter conclusion. You now have a simple, sturdy code for daily self-mastery. Building on the willpower blueprint, these rules turn intention into reliable action. In the next chapter, you will apply this system to break addictions and distractions, reclaim your attention, and free your time for what matters most. Breaking Addictions and Distractions. Chapter Introduction. You already know how to design your environment and protect your attention. Now we face the enemy that slips through every crack. Quick hits of dopamine that pull you away from what matters. Addictions and distractions are not moral failures. They are loops that reward you instantly and drain you quietly. Break the loop and you reclaim hours, energy, and self-respect. In this chapter, you will learn practical tools to interrupt urges, install substitutes, and build guardrails that hold under stress. You will create bright lines, a red flag plan, and focus locks. By the end, you will have a repeatable protocol for any high-friction behavior, from late-night scrolling to compulsive email checking. The problem: addictive loops run on a simple engine: cue, craving, response, reward. The rewards are immediate and high. The costs are delayed and hidden. Each repetition teaches your brain that the behavior is easy relief, so your attention becomes reactive, not intentional. Over time, this erodes self-trust. You say you will focus, then you reach for the phone. The gap between intention and action widens. The Addiction Breaker Framework. We will interrupt the loop and replace it with a better one. The framework has 8 parts. Audit triggers, set bright lines, block access, substitute a low dopamine action, delay and surf the urge, re-enter through a smallest next step, track urges and wins, and build accountability. Identity language cements the change. You do not say "I cannot scroll," you say "I do not scroll before noon." This aligns with Rule 1 from the previous chapter, Own Your Identity, and Rule 3, Design Your Environment. Deep Dive. Interrupting the cue cycle first. Find the moments that matter. List triggers, contexts, and emotions tied to your behavior. Late-night social media, stress snacking, inbox anxiety, boredom spikes in the afternoon. Then set bright lines for 30 days. No social media before noon. No food after dinner. Email only during 2 windows. Blocking access changes the choice architecture. Uninstall apps. Grayscale your phone to reduce visual draw, move the device to another room during focus blocks, and use site blockers with a hard schedule. When the urge hits, delay for 90 seconds and surf it. Most urges rise and fall like a wave. Replace the response with a low dopamine alternative: walk, stretch, breathe. Then re-enter your work through a smallest next step. Start a 2-minute action. Step-by-step playbook. Audit. Write a list of triggers, times, places, and feelings. Choose one target behavior. Bright lines. Set simple rules for 30 days. Keep them visible. Environmental locks. Uninstall or sign out. Grayscale the phone. Distance the device during sprints. Focus locks. Schedule 2 to 4 work sprints with blocked sites and a phone in another room. Temptation bundling. Pair a necessary but dull task with a treat. Podcasts only while walking. Dopamine reset. Choose a weekend with low stimulation inputs. No social feeds, no short videos, no sugary snacks, more reading and movement. Red flag plan. Name the urge, breathe slowly, step away physically, perform your substitute, then resume with a 2-minute action. Accountability. Share your bright lines with a partner. Send a daily check-in. Tracking. Mark urges and wins. As Peter Drucker said, what gets measured gets managed. Real-world application. Maya used her phone every night in bed, then woke groggy and behind. She set a bright line. No phone in the bedroom. She bought an analog alarm, grayscaled her phone, and created a red flag plan. When the urge hits, she breathes, steps to the kitchen, drinks water, and reads 2 pages. Within 2 weeks, she fell asleep faster and woke clear. Alex checked email all day and never finished deep work. He set focus locks from 9 to 11 and 2 to 4, used site blockers, moved his phone to the hall, and changed his language. I do not check email during sprints. His daily reflection showed fewer urges and faster recoveries. Sam stress snacked by 3 p.m. He added energy anchors, protein at lunch, water early, and a 5-minute walk at 2:30. He replaced doom scrolling with a positive input list, long-form articles, and lectures. By week 3, his afternoon focus held. Common pitfalls and corrections. Vague rules. Bright lines must be clear and time-bound. Relying on willpower alone. Use locks and distance. Ignoring energy. Low sleep and hydration drive urges. All or nothing thinking. Expect relapses, treat them as data, not drama. No re-entry plan. Always return through a 2-minute action. Key takeaways. Urges fade when you delay, name, and surf them. Bright lines remove negotiation and build trust.
Environmental locks beat willpower during stress. Identity language, I do not, strengthens commitment. Energy and stress rituals cut urge intensity. Tracking urges and wins turns progress into a visible story. Action items. Choose one target behavior and write your trigger audit tonight. Set 2 bright lines for 30 days and post them where you work. Install site blockers and grayscale your phone today. Create a red flag plan card and keep it within reach. Schedule 2 focus locks for tomorrow. Pick the first task now. Build a positive input list and delete 1 entertainment app. Ask a partner for daily check-ins for the next 2 weeks. End each day with a 3-question reflection. What triggered me? What worked? What will I adjust tomorrow? Chapter conclusion. Breaking addictions and distractions is about smart systems that protect your attention and rebuild self-trust. You interrupt the loop, you install substitutions, and you practice identity-aligned language. Next, you will turn these guardrails into reliable daily rituals. In the coming chapter, Building Daily Rituals That Make You Unstoppable, you will design a morning launch ritual, a work sprint ritual, and an evening reset that make consistency feel effortless.
Building Daily Rituals That Make You Unstoppable. Chapter 7. Building Daily Rituals That Make You Unstoppable. Chapter Introduction. You have cleared distractions and reclaimed attention. Now you will turn that clarity into momentum with daily rituals that start your day, power your work, and reset your evening. Rituals are disciplined behaviors that remove friction, reduce decisions, and make consistency feel natural. In this chapter, you will design a morning launch ritual, a work sprint ritual, and an evening reset ritual. You will learn how to use anchors, short starts, and environment cues so beginning is effortless and finishing is dependable. The problem. Most people rely on motivation, which comes and goes. Mornings drift, work gets choppy, and evenings dissolve in clutter. Without simple, repeatable sequences, you negotiate with yourself all day. Decision fatigue grows, focus thins, and progress stalls. The ritual framework. A ritual is a short sequence that begins action without debate. The framework has 3 parts. First, anchors, small cues that trigger the next step, like a glass of water or a breath sequence. Second, 2-minute starts. You begin every important habit with 2 minutes, then let momentum decide if you continue. Third, visible environment. Tools laid out and cues placed where you start. Deep dive, morning launch ritual. Keep it under 10 minutes. Hydrate with a full glass of water. Breathe with 4 slow cycles. Move for 2 minutes with light mobility or a quick walk. Review your one domino, the single task that makes the day easier. Then say, "Now I begin," and start your first focus block. Work sprint ritual. Choose 25 to 50-minute sprints. Define a single task. Place your phone away from reach, use sight blockers, and set a visible timer. When the timer starts, say, "Now I begin." Work until the bell. Take a short break, stand, breathe for 60 seconds, walk 10 steps, then begin again. Evening reset ritual. In 5 minutes, tidy your workspace, lay out tomorrow's tools and clothes, outline your first task on a single card, and write a completion statement that honors your effort. Today, I kept my promise to begin and to finish. This closes loops and sets tomorrow's runway. Midday reset ritual. When energy dips, stand, breathe for 60 seconds, take 10 steps, then perform a 2-minute action on your task. This restores momentum quickly. Layering through anchors. After water, breathe. After breath, move. After movement, start. Use anchors for 3 daily wins: 1 health, 1 work, 1 relationship. Environment and tracking. Reduce friction with visual cues. Place your water bottle, set your timer, lay out your tools. Track with simple checkboxes. Launch, sprint, reset. The act of checking builds trust. Applying the framework step-by-step map anchors. Choose a cue for each ritual. Water for morning, timer for sprints, tidy tray for evening. Build short templates. Write a 3-line script for each ritual. Hydrate, breathe, move. Task, timer, phone away. Tidy, tools, outline. Pre-decide start times. Choose specific start points. Morning within 15 minutes of wake, first sprint at a set time, evening reset before you close your day. Set environment tonight. Lay out water, place timer, set tools. Remove obstacles in advance. Use ritual language. Say, "Now I begin," to end negotiation. Track and iterate weekly. During a short review, ask, "What worked? What felt heavy? What will I adjust?" Real-world application, Maya. A designer used the morning launch to break slow starts. Water, breath, 2 minutes of stretches, 1 domino review, timer on. Her first sprint doubled deep work hours in a week, and she reported lower stress by day 5. Lewis, a teacher, struggled with late nights. The evening reset, tidy desk, lay out materials, outline first task, completion statement, turned mornings from reactive to prepared. He cut morning prep time by 30% and felt calmer walking into class. A remote developer, Anna, used the midday reset to beat the 2 p.m. slump. Stand, breathe, walk 10 steps, 2-minute code action. She restarted faster and reduced afternoon scrolling by anchoring a short start. Common pitfalls. Overbuilding rituals. Long rituals become heavy. Keep them short and repeatable. Perfection chasing. Aim for dependable starts, not flawless days. Silent creepers. Phones drift back, sites sneak open. In-state distance and blockers every sprint. Missed rituals. Do the smallest version immediately to re-anchor identity. Vague T asks, without a single task, sprints fracture. Define the one thing key takeaways. Short rituals remove friction and make starting automatic. Anchors and 2-minute starts overcome inertia instantly. Environment and tracking keep rituals visible and reliable. Language shapes behavior. Now I begin ends negotiation. Adapt rituals to your life. Short on busy days, expanded when you have room. Action items. Write your 3 ritual scripts on a card and place them where you start. Set timers and sight blockers for tomorrow's first sprint. Prepare your evening reset tray with tools and a completion statement card. Choose 1 health, 1 work, and 1 relationship win to anchor today. Schedule a 5-minute weekly review to iterate your rituals. Chapter conclusion. Building on your progress from breaking addictions and distractions, these rituals carry you past hesitation and into action. In the next chapter, The Discipline of the Body, you will strengthen the engine behind your rituals with sleep, nutrition, and movement, so energy becomes as dependable as your starts. Your rituals are promises kept in motion. Let them do the heavy lifting every day. The Discipline of the Body. Chapter Introduction. Your body is the engine of discipline. If the engine is unreliable, your mind spends energy compensating. If the engine is tuned, focus and willpower feel natural. Building on the rituals you designed in Building Daily Rituals That Make You Unstoppable, this chapter connects your physical routines to your mental performance. You will learn a simple, science-aligned blueprint for energy that you can apply today. Protect sleep, stabilize nutrition, and move daily. Then use tracking and environment design to make these behaviors automatic. The goal is not perfection. The goal is reliable energy that makes showing up easier. The problem, most people try to power their goals with a tired brain, erratic meals, and sporadic movement. The result is fragile focus and inconsistent willpower. Decision fatigue grows when you fight cravings, skip sleep, and sit for hours. You do not lack discipline. You lack an energy system that supports it. The solution framework. Use the TEM protocol, TRAI. Train, eat, maintain. Train with planned sessions that fit your schedule. Eat with simple rules that stabilize mood and focus. Maintain with sleep hygiene, mobility, and stress rituals. Track inputs with the energy compass, then adjust weekly. Deep dive. Sleep sets the floor for your day. A consistent bedtime and wake time anchors your circadian rhythm, your internal clock that regulates alertness and recovery. Guard the last hour before bed. Cut screens and heavy work. Cool the room, darken the environment, and use a pre-sleep routine, light stretch, journaling, and slow breathing. Nutrition stabilizes focus. Start the day with protein. It supports satiety and reduces mid-morning crashes. Hydrate across the day. Keep meals simple and based on whole foods. Use a default meal template for busy days, for example, protein, fiber-rich carb, colorful vegetables, and healthy fats. Movement regulates energy and stress. Aim for a mix of strength training, Zone 2 cardio, and short mobility. Strength builds resilience. Zone 2 is easy to moderate effort that you can sustain while speaking in short sentences. Great for heart health and stress control. Lay your micro-movement between work sprints, short walks, stretch breaks, and posture resets. Early sunlight and water help synchronize your internal clock and improve alertness. Implementation strategy. Set your sleep window. Choose a target bedtime and wake time and protect a 60-minute wind down. Build a wind down ritual. Light stretch, 3 lines of journaling, 4-count inhale and 6-count exhale for 3 minutes. Create your default breakfast. Protein first, for example, eggs, Greek yogurt, or a protein smoothie, plus fruit and water. Plan 3 training slots, 2 strength sessions and 1 Zone 2 session, schedule them and set reminders. Add daily mobility. 5 minutes of hips, thoracic spine, and ankles, stack it after your evening ritual. Use micro-movement. Every hour, take a 2-minute walk or stretch, rehydrate, and restart. Set treat windows. Define 1 or 2 treats per week and enjoy them without guilt or drift. TRX with the energy compass. Each day records sleep quality, food choices, movement, and mood. Real-world application. A software lead uses the TEM protocol during a product sprint. She sets a 10 to 6 sleep window and guards her last hour with stretch and journaling. Breakfast is protein yogurt with berries. Lunch is her default bowl, chicken, quinoa, vegetables. She walks 5 minutes between stand-ups. She trains 2 short strength sessions and 1 weekend bike ride. Her energy compass shows mood and focus climbed as sleep stabilized. A busy parent anchors mornings with sunlight, water, and a 2-minute mobility flow. He pre-decides 3 dinners each week to reduce decision clutter. Treat windows are Friday night pizza and a Sunday pastry. When a child wakes him at night, he logs it as data, naps for 20 minutes if needed, and tightens the next evening wind down. Consistency returns without drama. Common pitfalls. All or nothing thinking. Extreme plans collapse. Choose small, repeatable steps. Weekend drift. Protect anchors on weekends. Keep sleep and breakfast consistent. Decision clutter. Pre-decide workouts and meals. Lay out clothes and prepare a water bottle. Sleep sabotage. Late screens and heavy work disrupt your clock. Guard the last hour. Ignoring mobility. Stiff joints reduce training consistency. 5 minutes daily is enough. Key takeaways. Sleep, protein, hydration, and daily movement create reliable energy. Simple rules and pre-decisions reduce friction and protect discipline. The TEM protocol aligns training, nutrition, and maintenance. The energy compass turns your body inputs into adaptive guidance. Environment design makes the right choice the easy choice. Action items. Choose your sleep window and write your wind down steps. Build one default breakfast and one default lunch. Schedule 3 training sessions for the next week and set reminders. Place a water bottle at your workstation and set hourly micro-movement prompts. Create a simple energy compass tracker, paper or digital, and review each Sunday. Chapter conclusion. Your disciplined body is a daily gift to your future self. With every night you protect and every meal you stabilize, you lower the cost of focus and raise the reliability of willpower. In the next chapter, Staying Consistent and Unstoppable, you will learn how to lock these gains with streaks, reviews, and recovery plans so your energy and execution compound over time. Staying consistent and unstoppable. Staying consistent and unstoppable. Chapter introduction. You have built rituals, protected your body, and clarified your priorities. Now the question is simple. How do you keep showing up when life gets loud, boring, or chaotic? Consistency is not a mood. It is a system you design once, then protect daily. In this chapter, you will build durable momentum using streaks, simple trackers, weekly reviews, and recovery plans. Building on what we covered in the discipline of the body, you will connect energy to execution and use guardrails that make consistency almost automatic. The problem: motivation dips, schedules change, and your best intentions get interrupted. Without a structure, you start strong, then drift. You miss a day, feel guilty, and loosen your standards. The real risk is not a single miss. It is the spiral that follows. You need a way to protect the chain, recover fast, and keep identity intact. The solution: framework: use the 30-60-90 consistency ladder, the consistency compass, and the relapse recovery plan. 30-60-90 consistency ladder. Earn 30 days of small, repeatable actions. Expand duration or intensity for 60 days. Lock identity with 90 days of stable execution. Research on habit formation suggests an average of about 66 days, with wide variation. This ladder respects that range. Consistency compass. Anchors, focus blocks, energy routines, and accountability. Relapse recovery plan. Acknowledge quickly, perform the smallest action now, tighten guardrails, and review for insight. Deep dive. Start with a simple tracker, paper or digital. 1 checkbox per day for your core actions. Add a weekly review page with 4 prompts. Rate your consistency from 1 to 5. Note wins. Capture 1 lesson. Set a single improvement. Keep tracking lightweight so it survives busy weeks. Design slack days. Planned minimal actions that keep the chain alive when life is chaotic. Create a 2-minute version of each habit. 1 push-up, 1 paragraph, 1 minute of breath. Slack days are not failure. They are engineering. They let you preserve identity when circumstances shift. Build anti-relapse guardrails. Bright lines, rules that remove negotiation, like no social media before lunch. Environment locks. Move apps off your home screen. Lay out workout clothes the night before. Keep the water bottle visible. Accountability messages. Send a brief daily check-in to a partner or group. Treat boredom and plateaus as normal. Vary the context, not the core action. Walk a different route, write in a new location, tweak workout formats while keeping the session consistent. Track effort quality, not just completion. Use a simple rating, 1, 2, or 3 stars, to encourage presence. Celebrate completions with a short statement, "I keep my word." That sentence builds self-respect. Balance intensity with recovery. Schedule deload weeks for training and lighter cognitive loads after heavy sprints. When stress spikes, simplify. Rely on anchors and bright lines. Make goals obvious. 1 domino per day that moves the project, 3 wins per day, and a weekly priority list. Implementation strategy 1. Select 3 core actions for the next 30 days. 1 body, 1 work, 1 personal. 2. Define the 2-minute version of each action to use on slack days. 3. Create a tracker with daily checkboxes and the weekly review prompts. 4. Build your consistency compass. Write your anchors, focus blocks, energy routines, and accountability partner. 5. Set bright lines and environment locks that support mornings and protect deep work. 6. Start the 30-60-90 ladder tomorrow. Keep daily actions small for the first 30 days. Real-world application. May, a software engineer, wanted consistent deep work. She set 1 morning focus block, 45 minutes before messages, used the 2-minute slack day of opening the codebase and fixing 1 tiny bug, and sent a daily check-in to a teammate. Over 12 weeks, she logged 80% 3-star sessions. The result was calm output and fewer evening catch-ups. Derek, a teacher, struggled to exercise. He used the latter: 30 days of 10-minute walks, 60 days with added strength sessions, 90 days maintaining both. His guardrails were clothes laid out at night and no phone scroll until the walk was done. During parent conference week, he used slack days, 2 minutes of mobility, which kept the chain alive. Common pitfalls: all or nothing thinking. Cure it with slack days and 2-minute starts. Tracking complexity. Use simple checkboxes and a weekly review. Identity collapse after a miss. Apply the RELAPSE recovery plan immediately. Boredom without variety. Change context while keeping core actions stable. Overloading without recovery. Schedule deload weeks, then ramp gently. Key takeaways. Consistency is engineered through ladders, trackers, and reviews. Slack days protect streaks during chaos and preserve identity. Guardrails, bright lines, and environment locks prevent relapses. Quality ratings build presence, not just completion. Recovery is a skill. Miss once, respond quickly, continue. Action items. Write your 30-60-90 plan and start with tomorrow's smallest action. Build your tracker and schedule a weekly review time. Define 2-minute versions for your core habits and store them visibly. Set 2 bright lines that remove negotiation from your mornings. Choose an accountability partner and agree on brief daily check-ins. Chapter conclusion. Consistency compounds into competence and confidence. The result is more output and more ease. You become the person who shows up, delivers, and repeats. Keep it simple, track it, review it, and protect the chain. In the next chapter, Conclusion, the New You, you will consolidate these protocols into one living system that you can carry forward with calm momentum. Conclusion, the New You chapter introduction. You have built a powerful system: identity, rules, environment, energy, focus, and feedback, linked together to make action reliable. This final chapter tightens everything into one living architecture you can see on a single page and practice every day. You will leave with a simple, durable plan that travels well in busy weeks and in quiet ones. Imagine mornings that begin smoothly, deep work that hums without drama, movement that fuels your energy, evenings closed with satisfaction. That rhythm is not far away. It is the compound result of small, repeated choices. The sentence that anchors it is simple: I do what I said I would do. The problem: most people leave books with inspiration, then return to the same scattered routines. Plans become complicated, they rely on perfect conditions, and they break under stress. You do not need another list. You need a clear identity, bright lines that remove negotiation, rituals that start work fast, and reviews that keep you honest. The challenge is consolidation. One page, one system, daily calm. The solution framework: build a one-page discipline architecture. It includes an identity sentence, bright lines, launch, sprint, and reset rituals, the TEM protocol for body discipline, a consistency compass with weekly reviews and streak tracking, a single domino for the next 30 days, 2-minute starts, environmental support, a 30-60-90 plan, and a red flag plan with an addiction breaker protocol. When cues are obvious, friction is low, and feedback is frequent, behavior changes and stays changed. Deep dive. Start with identity. Write a present tense sentence that guides action. For example, I am a focused creator who honors my plan daily. Bright lines are rules that end negotiation. For example, no phone before the first focus block, sugar only on Saturdays, bed by 10. Launch rituals are 3 steps that begin your day the same way. For example, water, breath, plan. Sprint rituals protect a 45 to 90-minute deep work block. Park tabs, timer on, phone in another room. Reset rituals close the day cleanly. Clear desk, review, set first task. Lock in the TEM protocol for body discipline. Decide your core training days, your default eating windows and guardrails, and your maintenance habits, like sleep, mobility, and hydration. Use the consistency compass to steer each week. Anchors, focus blocks, energy routines, accountability. Choose one domino for the next 30 days, the single habit that moves everything forward. Anchor it with 2-minute starts and environmental support. Cues visible, tools ready, friction out. Build your 30-60-90 plan. 30 days to stabilize, 60 to strengthen, 90 to solidify identity. Prepare your red flag plan and addiction breaker protocol for urges and distractions. Name triggers, set replacements, and script a fast recovery. Implementation strategy. Write your identity sentence. Place it where you see it every morning. Define 3 bright lines. Keep them simple, measurable, and protective. Document your launch, sprint, and reset rituals. Keep each to 3 steps. Outline your 10 protocol, training schedule, eating guardrails, maintenance habits. Build your consistency compass, daily anchors, focus blocks, energy routines, accountability. Pick your 1 domino for the next 30 days. Create a 2-minute start. Remove friction, place tools, block distractions, set time windows. Create your 30, 60, 90 plan on a single line with milestones and review dates. Write your red flag plan and addiction breaker protocol, triggers, replacements, support messages. Schedule a weekly review, 10 minutes, rate consistency, note wins, choose 1 improvement. Real-world application Jordan, a software lead, used the identity sentence, "I am a calm finisher," and a bright line, "No messaging before first code sprint." His launch ritual, water, stand, plan, took 90 seconds. In 3 months, his deep work blocks increased by 40% and stress dropped. Maya, a medical student, simplified her TM protocol to lifting on Monday and Thursday, study sprints in the library after lunch, and a reset ritual, chapter review, and next day's schedule. 2-minute starts saved her on exhausting days. She passed her exams with less panic and more sleep. Alex, a parent and entrepreneur, used a red flag plan for late-night scrolling. When the urge hits, put the phone in the kitchen, do 3 stretches, read 1 page. The streak held, and evenings felt spacious again. Common pitfalls. Overloading the page. Too many rules create friction. Start with 3 bright lines. Chasing motivation. Depend on rituals, not feelings. Launch fast, feel later. Rigidity in the plan. Discipline bends. Use slack days and 2-minute versions when life is loud. Skipping the weekly review. Without feedback, drift is guaranteed. 10 minutes keeps the compass honest. Vague identity. Make it behavioral, not poetic. You should know exactly how to act from your sentence. No environment locks. If cues are messy, follow-through will be fragile. Make good choices the easy ones. Key takeaways. 1 page beats a complex binder. Identity drives consistent behavior. Bright lines remove negotiation and protect energy. Short rituals launch, protect, and reset your day. Body discipline multiplies focus and mood. Weekly reviews keep the system alive. 2-minute starts rescue streaks when life gets noisy. Recovery plans turn setbacks into learning and momentum. Action items. Print your 1-page discipline architecture and place it where you work. Read your identity sentence every morning and every evening. Practice your launch ritual tomorrow, then track it for 7 days. Set 3 environment locks tonight. Clear desk, place tools, put phone away. Choose your 1 domino for the next 30 days and mark the start time on your calendar. Create a 2-minute version of each habit and test it once this week. Schedule your weekly review for Sunday afternoon and set a reminder. Share your plan with a trusted person and set a brief check-in each week. Chapter conclusion. You have a simple system that earns trust, with yourself first. Keep your word, keep your rituals, keep your reviews. When life gets loud, shrink the action, tighten guardrails, and keep the streak alive. When life eases, expand and explore. Let your code guide you. Say it daily. I do what I said I would do. Then prove it with action, and watch your life compound in the direction you choose. The new you is here, revealed by small, repeated promises kept. Conclusion. Conclusion. The new you made it here by choosing to show up 1 page at a time and 1 small action at a time. That choice matters. You have walked through a complete architecture for discipline, and you have already begun to practice the identity of a person who keeps promises. Take a breath and acknowledge the shift. You no longer wait for motivation. You use rules, rituals, and simple starts to move. You no longer fear slips. You recover fast, learn, and continue. This is not the end of a book. It is the confirmation of a new direction that you now own. Across these chapters, you rewired the story you tell yourself. You learned how identity drives action, how environment beats willpower, and how tiny, reliable steps compound into self-respect. You built a language that removes negotiation. You adopted systems that make good choices obvious and easy. Above all, you earned a quiet kind of confidence, the kind that comes from proof. From insight to identity. You now understand the discipline code as a living system. You clarified who you are with an identity sentence. You use the cue, plan, protect, reflect cycle to install habits without drama. You reset limiting narratives with the clean slate protocol and practice the attention flip that turns feelings into action. You built the willpower ladder, conserved energy with bright lines, and created a red flag plan for urges. You learned the 7 rules of self-mastery that hold under pressure. You broke loops with the addiction breaker protocol and replaced them with better behaviors. You designed a trio of daily rituals that launch your morning, power your work sprints, and reset your evening. You stabilized your energy using the TEM protocol and the energy compass. You engineered consistency with streaks, weekly reviews, slack days, and the consistency ladder across 30, 60, and 90 days. Each piece is simple. Together, they are strong. A simple path forward. Turn what you learned into one clear path you can follow starting today. Write or confirm your identity sentence and post it where you begin your day. Choose your one domino for the next 30 days and define the 2-minute start. Set 3 bright lines that remove negotiation around sleep, start time, and phone. Prepare your environment tonight. Tools visible, distractions blocked, cues in place. Confirm your morning launch, work sprint, and evening reset rituals on a single card. Install your willpower ladder and schedule your focus blocks when energy is highest. Build your red flag plan for urges and list your substitution actions in order. Lock in the TEM protocol with a bedtime, a protein-first meal, and planned movement. Set a weekly review time, create a simple tracker, and rate days with quick notes. Choose accountability, a partner or an app, and define your check-in rhythm. When resistance returns, challenges will come. You will feel tired, old cues will resurface, plans will be tested. This is expected. You already know what to do. Shrink the action, not the ambition. Use your slack day version to protect the chain. If you miss, use your RELAPSE recovery plan. Acknowledge quickly, perform the smallest next step now, tighten one guardrail, and capture one lesson in your review. When boredom appears, vary the context, not the core behavior. Change the route, the room, the soundtrack. Keep your identity sentence where you can see it. Read it aloud before your launch. Remember that urges peak and pass. Use your 90-second pause, perform your substitute, return to the plan. Treat every stumble as information. You are not fragile. Your system is built to bend and then stand. Stories of change consider May, a designer who lost hours to late-night scrolling. She set a bright line, no phone in the bedroom, and a simple evening reset. The first week was rough. She used her red flag plan every night. By week 3, she fell asleep faster, woke with clarity, and started each day with her first work sprint on time. Her confidence grew as her sleep debt shrank. Think of Ramon, a teacher who felt flat by noon. He installed the TEM protocol, moved protein to breakfast, added a brief morning walk in sunlight, and scheduled a midday reset. Stand, breathe, 10 steps. He noticed his afternoon lesson planning became easier. The change was not dramatic in a day, but it was undeniable in a month. Or Lena, a founder who wanted to write daily. She chose one domino, 15 minutes of draft at 7 a.m. p.m., set her tools the night before, and used the 2-minute rule to start even on hard days. With a weekly review and slack days during travel, she completed her first long article in 6 weeks and doubled her sense of control at work. What to do in the next 10 minutes? Momentum loves clarity and speed. Use the next few minutes to turn knowledge into motion. Write your identity sentence on paper and place it at your start point. Open your calendar and block your first focus sprint for tomorrow morning. Set your bright line alarm for bedtime and place your phone outside the bedroom. Lay out water, a pen, and the first task card where you will sit to begin. Do a 2-minute action now that proves your promise, one set of movements or a short tidy. Carry the flame, you now hold a code you can trust. Keep it simple, keep it visible, keep it kind. Your goal is not to win every day by a wide margin. Your goal is to begin on time, to honor your plan, and to finish with self-respect. You will have seasons of growth and seasons of maintenance. You will expand when life is calm, and you will compress when life is chaotic. The system adapts with you. Every time you choose the smallest next step, you bank evidence that you are reliable. That evidence compounds into identity. Identity drives behavior. Behavior shapes your days. Your days shape your life. Visualize the coming weeks. You wake with intention, launch without friction, move your body with care, focus in clean blocks, and close the day with gratitude and order. You lead with calm, you handle stress with skill, and you return to center fast. You do not wait for perfect conditions. You create conditions that make the right action easy. Begin again tomorrow, then again the day after. Let your rules carry you. Let your rituals start you. L. Let your reviews improve you. Most of all, let your word be enough. Say it, do it, and trust yourself a little more each day. One sentence anchors the entire journey. Say it now, softly and clearly, then prove it with action. I do what I said I would do.